Okay, I'm here in the Video Game Museum in Riga, and I've just met Chris. Did I say it correctly?
Yes.
And the laptop's not working. The microphone's not working for some odd reason, which we thought was a little bit ironic. What being in a retro gaming shop. And so I promised to make it quick because he's in a hurry, and I really appreciate it. I love the hoodie, so I had to grab him. What is the gaming scene in Latvia like, for you being a Latvian gamer in Latvia?
So I personally think the scene is big, as it is everywhere. So I personally haven't been the most social gamer, but I've been a gamer my whole life. So.
Mm-hmm. We kind of connected over that before.
Yeah, so, but I think it's similar to everywhere else, so I wouldn't say anything special really, but I think probably it's not the answer you was what you were looking for, but
no, I think I'm holding the camera upside down as well, so
it doesn't matter.
Really, thank you. You're being so kind. I know you're in a hurry, so the theme for I'm doing this for to include gaming in a video that is exposing the different arts and subcultures within Latvia and Riga. So I really wanted to include interactive arts, which is what I call video games. You know, it's sort of like a commercial phrase for what is an interactive art. It's a two-way communication we have. We're not just passively consuming it like a movie or reading a book. We're partaking in the creation of the story and playing a role in it ourselves. What's your favorite game, by the way?
My favorite game is definitely Witcher 3.
Amazing.
Honestly, I think it's the greatest game ever, personally. Also enjoy World of Tanks. I played quite a lot of World of Tanks, but it's definitely not the best game. I have love-hate relationship with that game.
Right.
I like to hate it, but I always come back to it.
All is fair in love and war, a poet once said.
Yes, exactly. Other games, honestly, can't really differentiate that. Other games, I think. But these are my two favorites, honestly.
How about favorite genre if you had to pick one?
Probably, it used to be definitely racing games. I was racing.
Interesting. I didn't have you as a racer.
But currently it has switched more to role-playing games, management games. I'm really fascinated with those, like
strategy.
Not even strategy, like management games, but like Oxygen Not Included or RimWorld, which is like sort of you're managing, taking care of something. You're not like actively playing, but you're micromanaging. I would say that's the best word to describe.
Like Sims?
Same sort of. Yeah, one of the games is Oxygen Not Included, as I mentioned before, and the other one is RimWorld. Are you familiar with these games?
No.
No. Okay. One game is sort of Oxygen Not Included is a game where you're stuck in an asteroid and you have to take care of people stuck in that asteroid, like take care of the water, food supply. RimWorld very similar. You come onto a desolate planet where yeah, of course.
You're not trolling me now?
No, definitely you can look up RimWorld and Oxygen Not Included. And RimWorld is sort of you come onto a desolate planet where again you take care of people there.
That's nice.
So, yeah.
I got really into farming simulator.
Yeah. Play that a lot as well.
Like I had like a paid server. I was inviting people to come farm my crops and everything. I had it on. I would leave it on 24/7 because people were getting really into it.
Oh wow!
It was fully sustainable. It was a money-making machine. Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, of course.
AI, right? So the theme for the World Art Day is AI. Do you use AI personally or professionally?
Sometimes I use AI. I honestly personally dislike it. I see that it's a very powerful tool, but I dislike using it because first of all, it's sort of a plagiarism machine because it has to be trained, and most of the time it's not trained ethically. But that's besides the point. The bigger problem is that it dulls your senses, sort of dulls your not senses, it dulls your skills. Yeah. Where when you used to have to think.
Oh no, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And now the problem is that I don't want to do research. I just ask AI. It will sort it out. Yeah. For example, I personally have examples when you're writing an essay and the essay doesn't really flow well.
Yes.
and you just give it to the AI and it rewrites it perfectly. And
more structured and traditional.
Yes. And the problem is that and I was like, okay, this is a really good idea. And I started writing like shitty essays on purpose because I know the AI is going to rewrite it properly. And
you started getting lazy.
Yeah, you start getting lazy, and that's, I think, is the biggest issue. Because of course, from one point of view, it's excellent work tool when you can ask. Let's say if we go back to games, like, can you program this routine, or can you design a character? It's really cool, but at the same time, eventually somebody, like, the skill level drops because eventually somebody is not going to be able to program it. The routine he wants to program is just like the AI is going to be the only option, and I think it's a dangerous slope to go on.
Yes, somebody at the music shop earlier today was saying that it can give you like the structure based on musical theory and that kind of thing, but it has no heart, so there's nothing behind it. Like when musicians, you can cover a song, but every time somebody covers it, they're putting themselves into the performance. So it's like when you give it input, it gives you back like a sort of like sanitized version of it. Takes the you out of it. It takes your part, you out of it.
Music, if we go into music is quite close to me because my dad is quite a good musician. He used to be famous as well, and like he really likes to talk about like the soul of music. And that's something that only a human being can do.
The soul of video games.
Yes, the same.
What do you know Web3 in crypto gaming?
No, not.
Oh, not now. Really? Hold on. No way. That is a sales call, and they've been bothering me all week.
Okay.
Web3 in crypto. It's like you have a free game, and to play you use crypto, right? And then as you're playing with crypto, you can also mine and craft things, not for gold coins, but crypto coins. And so like if I craft a sword in an RPG, in a Web3 crypto game, I can then, it's a digital asset and I can sell it. So it attracts not only people that want to play the game, but people that are just in it to farm and create assets and then sell them. Which is taking the soul out of gaming, some people say.
Definitely. Well, it sounds something similar to Half-Life. A really old game, but it definitely, I think definitely, I think personally, in my opinion, like the AI's purpose should be nothing more than, let's say, keying some information, for example, into Excel table, or rearranging, like you gave raw numbers and you can ask, like, can you rearrange it in a more understandable form or in Excel?
Yeah, I've used AI. I've used AI in RPGs to suggest builds.
Yes, that is
like, give me the best healer build for this dungeon or whatever.
Yeah,
and it goes.
I've done
and
the
mash
same.
this button.
Yeah, I've done the same for World of Tanks. Yeah, like ask. It even can, like, you can get replays from that game, and you can put the replay files into the AI, and it like analyzes your gameplay, and like you made a mistake there. You should have gone like you should have gone.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Where is this? What kind of AI? What do you?
ChatGPT.
How do you do it? Say it again.
So simply, there is for example for all the tanks, you have a special website called watchreplays.eu. You put your replays there, and then you link. You take the link.
A video replay.
No, it's a file. It's a 1 megabyte small file,
okay,
which you put on the website, and then you take the link from the website and give it to ChatGPT, and then it can analyze your gameplay. And suggest, like, oh, you went to A5, you should have better moved to B7, or you should have shot the left target instead of the right target because it could have won us the game, and etc. etc.
Here's the question: how does that affect how you enjoy the game as a interactive art form?
So for the problem with for World of Tanks is that I personally enjoy being good at it. I don't enjoy it more. World of Tanks isn't like an art form for me. It's more of like a competitive.
Any sport.
Yeah, like a sport, like playing football.
More like a sport.
Yeah, and for that particular game, I enjoy being good more than I enjoy the art.
I completely understand.
Yeah, so that's why, for example, there I really enjoyed it. Like, it has made me a better player. Yeah, by studying these games and asking like input on these games. But if we, let's say, go to Witcher 3 or even music, or films.
Any
It's
single
sort of-
player game.
it ruins it for me. Yeah, because you think like
Absolutely.
it's not real, and sometimes you think even if they say like only this asset is
It's like
fake.
playing a game in really easy mode that has no story. You're just mowing yourself through hordes and hordes of enemies.
Yes.
For what purpose exactly?
I'm not personally against easy video games because, ironically, when I played Witcher 3 the first time, I played. I think the second hardest difficult. I didn't want to play hard game, but I wasn't pussy and I wouldn't take the easy
I'm
game.
gonna cut that part out.
Yeah, okay. Let's cut it out. Okay, and I was like thinking I didn't want to. So okay, we'll start again. So I played second hardest difficulty because, I didn't want to play hard game, but I wasn't a child. I don't want to play easy game, the easiest one. But I came upon to a harder boss, and I decided to cut my losses and switch it to easy mode, and I understood that I enjoyed much more. Yeah, because I can concentrate more on the story instead of fighting and etc. But
Enjoy the art.
enjoy the art, yeah, because the story is excellent, I think.
Yeah.
But the problem is that if we go to AI, you don't know what's real anymore, and sort of, for me personally, like if this is not real, what else is not real? And the second issue that you think like it's stole from somebody basically, because the thing is that it's called generative AI, but it doesn't generate anything. Yeah,
That you just got me thinking of. There is
Yes.
one thing that I came across. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen it. For RPGs, it's like a generative role-playing game.
Yeah.
I'll plug the link. I don't remember what it is.
Yeah.
But you like the original role-playing games where it would say you ride at a door. You can do this, that, or that.
Yes.
It's like an AI version of that, where you give it input, and you could probably even do it with ChatGPT. Just be like, tell me a story about whatever, and then it goes back and forth with you, and you're imagining. There's no visuals to it, but you're imagining the story as it plays out, and it creates it with the prompts that you're giving it. So then in that case, I'm creating. It's kind of like saying I am creating an interactive art form. I'm creating a game, co-creating it with the AI. What do you think of that?
Well, obviously it's a difficult topic. I forgot the name. There is even a name for a paradox. For example, like if I digress a bit. So
I'm realizing how much there is to unpack around this now for gaming.
The paradox is like, if you have a single tree, it's a tree, and if you look at a forest, it's a forest. But the question is, when does a tree become a forest? Like 5 trees a forest, or 100 trees a forest? Like there's a border, but the border is very difficult to define.
Mm-hmm.
And so here again, the question is like what, like where do you draw like the border between the true AI product and true human product? Yeah, because obviously if you design the whole game and then just add one tiny bit of AI, I wouldn't say.
When does it stop being art? That's what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Because sometimes even AI could be good. For example, if you have NPCs. I think
right.
ChatGPT as an NPC would be excellent.
Imagine that in World of Warcraft.
Yes,
a different narrative for every player that goes with that adds a layer to his class and his race, and that'd be amazing.
Well, I would probably be against like World of Warcraft because the whole. I haven't played World of Warcraft.
My favorite game of all time.
Oh, okay. What can I see from like what I've saw from it? So it's online game. So I think the human interaction is important. I think the AI NPCs could be used, for
play
example,
classic then.
For
play
example,
retail.
Yeah, for let's say Witcher. Let's return to that game again, where there are NPCs, and you eventually, if you play the game enough, you start to notice that the NPCs are repeating. It's in a different spot, but it's saying the same things, it's doing the same stuff. Here, the AI, I think, could be a good thing, where you could program it better. But as soon as it becomes like more integral in the game, I think it's not good because, again, it's an art. The problem is the game is a new concept, and like we clearly understand poetry, movies, and we can clearly define like it's not good, but but with games, because they're a new medium,
they're interactive. That's the one thing that makes
Yes.
it different. The closest proxy in traditional art form is maybe, I don't know, dancing.
Could be. I personally think even if we don't talk about interactivity, the problem is because the games are so new, a lot of people don't see it as art at all. Like it's something nerds play in their basements. Mom's basements. It's
more akin with coding than it is with art form.
Yeah,
science.
So and that's why some are even like, I wouldn't say angry, but like disappointed. Like, how can you consider that art?
Yeah, most parents don't say, "Oh, my son's consuming 7 hours of art a day."
Yes, yes, yes. But the funny thing is that we are afraid of new. Yeah.
If he's playing a competitive Call of Duty, it goes back to what we were saying about PvP versus PvE as well. There's definitely something to be said there. E-sport versus art form.
Yeah. And to add, obviously there was a really interesting historical thing when Gutenberg invented the printing press. Suddenly books became readily available. Everyone had books, and the funny thing is that parents at that time were scared of books. They were saying like, "Oh my God, these kids are reading books! Like they're destroying." Like in older days, they were playing outside. Now they're reading books. Like, how awful is that? But now, every parent would be proud to say like, my child reads books all day. Yeah. And obviously, books are not the same as games in the sense that books are usually not interactive. There are some of those interactive games where you read a chapter and it goes like, now turn to page 37 if you say yes to this, and turn to page 87 if you say no to this. Yeah. Or like if you go left.
Oh, no, how I mean it. What I mean by interactivity is. Even if the story stays the same, even if it's not changing, like I can play the same level. I can play the same level, and as I go through it, this time it's easy, and the next time it's hard. Then the experience I'm having going through that story is very different. Like, it feels different to me. I'm a hero that's just really epic and mowing his way through it, or the next time I play it, I'm kind of struggling my way through. And as I'm having that experience, I'm reflecting on my personal experiences. I'm metacognating on things. I'm thinking different things. Exactly as when you walk through a museum and look at paintings one day, and then you walk through it. People revisit the same books, the same paintings all the time. That's what I mean. Is like, well, now I'm contradicting myself.
Yeah. No, but it's
okay. The painting doesn't change; it stays still.
Yes.
That's kind of what I mean.
But you change.
Yeah. Because, now that I say
it, the thing is that.
Interactive in the sense of input-output, right?
Yes.
The painting doesn't give me an output after I give it an input.
Of course.
You turn the stick this way and it's an input.
But
the game moves.
Yes, but...
Songs don't do that. Yeah. Books don't do that.
Well, not directly. If we go really deep into philosophy,
right.
It sort of gives you an output, because sometimes it changes like your outlook. Like you... even, I don't know, you read a really good poem and you're like...
I like where you're going with this.
I haven't really felt like that. And
does that make the poem an interactive art form?
Yes, it sort of is. It isn't directly, of course. You don't go like.
I love that.
It's not like if you look from biology. Yeah, definitely there isn't input and output. There's just input. You just read the poem. But in a deep philosophical level, you still get an output. Sort of, you come out different than you went in.
Yeah.
Even if we don't go.
I hear you, man.
If we go, let's say, just like a biology book or physics book or chemistry book, you read the book, you're smarter. You got an output. Now you know that hydrogen plus oxygen is water. Yeah?
Right.
But beforehand you didn't know that. So it is an output, but it isn't a direct output. You don't go, you click a mouse and he swings a sword or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still like interesting. So you could argue
that's a really good point.
Every piece of art is interactive.
Puts me right in my place.
Yeah.
How are you doing for time?
I should be going.
Chris, that was, I think, a perfect point to end on.
Yes.
I'm going to pause it there.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah. Likewise.
Very fun chatting.